am the Nature Hacker, and this is your world. So, today I want to talk about how to start your own online business. And the aspects I want to focus on is like how to make it successful, not you know, the exact protocol on how to, get a shopping cart, get a merchant account, how to set up a website, all that. And I don't want to focus on that. What I want to focus on is the part that's actually difficult, the part that's not quite a science at this point and is more of an art form, something that people don't really talk about, and that's how to be successful in an online business. So I wrote an article, and I'm going to start doing that now. I'm getting a little bit more serious, I guess. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be writing an article on my website before doing each YouTube video. So I'm going to have an article up on my website, and I think it's going to help in a couple ways. First, it's always good for me to get my thoughts. I mean, literally, when I make a YouTube video, it's totally off the cuff. I've thought about the things I'm talking about, but I've never put pen to paper, written anything down. So this is all out of my brain. So, I mean, I guess that's I'm kind of impressed that I can do that. And really, it just comes out. You just turn on the camera and just start talking. But what I'm going to start doing is writing an article first on my website. That'll help to, get my thoughts together, to help to think about things I haven't thought about, help think things through. So hopefully it will improve my YouTube videos, that they'll have more, even more content in them. But also, it'll be good, like let's say you are on 3G, you see one of my videos comes up, but you can't watch it right then. You can click the link in the description and read an article on it, which will give you more info than you'll even get from the YouTube video. So I think that's an important thing. And also it will, it's part of what I'm going to talk about now, and how to increase, how to do a successful online business is you need to get web traffic to your website. In the past I've said, put links in the description, say check out my products and stuff on my website. But now what I'm going to do is give links to my article on the video, so it'll be more relevant. It's like if you want to check out more about what I'm talking about, check out my article on my website, and then you can find my products there if you want. So anyway, that's just a little update. So I wrote an article today about basically 4 keys to success in starting an online business from scratch. Okay, and I have been successful in my business. I mean, I've been able to pay all of my expenses with it, and to continue to reinvest in my business. So I feel I've been successful. But as far as future prospects of being able to support a family or whatever, if something like that is in my future, then I probably need to be even more successful. So anyway, so I have been pretty successful. So I think that you can, and I'm a pretty introspective person, so I think that you can take what I'm saying as pretty well proven, actually. So the step number 1 is advertising. Okay, advertising is the most important part of your own online business. Without advertising, you're going to go nowhere, because there's so many websites. I mean, you can't just make your website and be on the top of Google. I mean, there's people that talk about search engine optimization, and that's great and all, but a lot of search engine optimization is how much hits do you generate, how many views do you already have. So the big guys are already going to be at the top of Google, and unless you're generating millions of views, you're not going to be able to get there. So we're going to have to advertise. In traditional sense, like let's say you want to start a business with a storefront, you're basically paying for advertising there. As people are driving by or walking by, they see your store, that's advertising. So we don't get that with an online business, and we don't automatically get to the top of Google. So how do we generate those views? And the way to do that is by creating content. It's basically like being your own media company. And if you can't beat them, you can join them. If you have money to spend on advertising, then you can be paying people. One good way to do that is pay YouTubers. I mean, a person with 100,000 subscribers on YouTube is only generating about $1,000 a month in YouTube ad revenue. So they have 100,000 subscribers. That's about roughly 300,000 views per month. So they're only making about $1,000 a month. So that means that you could double their money by giving them like an ad placement deal, saying, hey, I'll give you $1,000 a month to talk about my products in each of your videos, and that would be like 300,000 potential views to your website. So that would be gigantic. So if you can't beat them, join them. But if you want to do this on your own, start from scratch, then you're going to want to start your own YouTube channel. You're going to want to have other social media accounts. Facebook is actually a really good one. I personally failed at Facebook because I didn't want to give Mark Zuckerberg my driver's license, because they required real name and blah blah blah, etc., etc. But anyway, yeah, I mean, starting a Facebook group is a good way to do stuff. Just generate a lot of friends. Find people that are talking about the same things as you. Add them as friends, and just keep growing your friend group. Twitter, if you can do that. Tweet at big people. Like one way to get a lot of Twitter views is to follow a lot of large Twitter people and then be the first to comment on their Twitter. So that's a good way to get a lot of people seeing your tweets. So yeah, basically you're going to want to drive traffic to your site. Another thing to do is write articles on your website. My website is a blog. It's a Blogger blog. So it's really easy for me to just pop articles up onto it every day or whatever. And what that does is when people, it acts as a net. When people search for those things on Google or whatever search engine, they'll find your article, they'll come to your site, and they're a potential customer there. So now what we can talk about is converting those people to customers. So my conversion rate on my website is about 0.25%. So about 0.25% of everybody who visits my website will end up being a customer. So, yeah, and my average sale price is $37 on my site. So if I get 10,000 views per month on my site, that's 25 customers at $37 per customer, which is roughly $1,000 a month. So, yeah, those are some numbers there for you. So, I mean, that's only 10,000 views a month. Do you think you could beat me on that? I think you can. I think you can get 10,000 views a month on your website. So, a lot of that's driving traffic from social media, especially YouTube. And a lot of it's going to come from people searching for things that pop up on your website. So, I mean, obviously you want people who are searching for your products to find them. Like, let's say somebody wants a detox product. Hopefully, if they search for detox products online, they find my super advanced detox cleanse on my website. So obviously you want that type of stuff to happen, but also you're going to want, alternatives too. Like, I'll have tons of different articles. If people search for this or that, they'll come to my website, and then they'll be able to be converted into customer, hopefully. So one aspect to do that is you're going to want to make sure that it's easy for people to find your products. So on my website, I have a bar at the top, one of those being health remedies. So they should pretty easy find that when they see my site. And also what I try to do is in my articles, I try to mention, how for them to find my products on my website in each article, so they can do that. Yeah, so there's that. Now, so yeah, conversion, basically converting people into customer, which I've just talked about. Another thing is that you want your products to be unique and you can't find them anywhere else. I mean, I've heard lots of stories from multiple people that they found my products, but then they wanted to see if they could get it somewhere else. You know, because I'm not the most professional, I guess, looking person, and I do that on purpose. But people want to try to find it elsewhere. I mean, and it's just human nature. They want to find the best deal, you know. So it's like, oh, you know, this person's selling this product. I wonder if I could find it elsewhere, you know. So I mean, that's just people just gonna do that. So if your item is like a dime a dozen on eBay, then and you're selling it for 10 times the price on your website, you know, that's not going to work so well. People are going to figure that out. You know, even though they want to support you, they want to get a good deal too. So you gotta do both. You gotta be somebody that people want to support, and you have to give them a good deal. All right. So there's that. So yeah, I invented all of my own products. Nobody else sells them. I mean, they could. I open source everything, so people could sell my products if they want to. And I know that, you know, imitation is the greatest flattery. So if other people wanted to imitate my products, I would be happy with that. You know, and what that eventually does is just give me a bigger platform. Just, you know, make me a bigger person, basically. You know, it's, you know, if people are copying you, that means more people are going to find you. I mean, it's just kind of works that way. So also what you're going to want to do is improve your average earnings per sale. Improve your average earnings per sale. So what that means is, yeah, if somebody's going to come to your website and buy something, you want to incentivize them to buy more, obviously. I like to keep it so there's a very small entry, you know, so it's like people can just come buy one small thing if they want and get a good deal on it. You know, I want to do that because I want to help the little guy. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, if I just wanted money, I would be working for somebody else making a lot more money than I'm making now. But I want to help the little guy. I want to help people directly. So I make a small barrier to entry. I do free shipping on everything, and I will ship little things out in envelopes, you know, with a stamp, you know. So I figured out how to make the bar to entry very low, and people can come and spend like $3 on my website and get free shipping. You know, so that's something. But also what I do is I mean, this is all just, I didn't necessarily do this for this reason, but it turns out to be good for this reason. But you know, if people spend $33 or more on my website, I upgrade them to priority shipping. And I do that just because it's worth it to me to give them priority shipping at that level, you know, just because I don't want something to get lost in the mail that's too expensive. They'll have to reship and lose money. So priority helps me. It has tracking built in, and also it helps them because they get it much quicker and much easier. So yeah, so incentivizing that for them to spend 33 or over, that's probably why my average sale is $37, is because of my shipping policy to be $33 or more, get upgraded shipping. So you want to increase people's how much they buy on your site at a time. Another way to do that is obviously with bulk discounts. You know, like if you sell one for $10, you sell two for $15, you sell three for $22, etc. You know, you incentivize people to spend more per sale on your site. You don't want to go too overboard with this. You don't want to be like, shipping is super expensive and it's only free if you spend over $100, because then people just aren't going to buy. You're going to lose, your conversion rate is going to go down. You're going to get less customers per view. So it's a balancing act, and you know, just be good to your customers and it will happen naturally. So try to create repeat customers. I mean, obviously you want your products to be high quality. You know, you want it so that your products improve people's lives. You want to have good value. You want to have great customer service. If they have questions, they should be easily able to get a hold of you. So that will all help create repeat customers. And also, consider starting a mailing list. I mean, your most valuable potential customers are your previous customers. So if you have a mailing list that you can keep your previous customers up to date once a month, and I really think that you shouldn't do it more than once a month. There's no reason to do it more than once a month. Once a month, send your previous buyers an update if they provided their email address, and give them coupon codes, things like that. So yeah. So that's pretty much it. You don't want to rely too heavily on advertising, because that can kind of gloss over problems in these other areas. So you want your boat to have no holes in it, okay? You don't want to be constantly bailing your boat out. So, bailing out your boat is like advertising, okay? You want your boat to be watertight so that when you, by doing all of these other things that I just mentioned, so that you don't have to keep advertising massively to keep your sales up. So, advertising is very, very important, but you don't want to prioritize it too high. You want to make sure everything else is taken care of well, so that you can spend a little bit of money or time on advertising and get big returns for it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I mean, the take-home message, well, with advertising, is that you can either pay for it or you can try to develop it on your own. If you want to do, if you want to start this from scratch, you're going to have to start your own advertising channels up from scratch, which means basically being your own media company with social media mostly. YouTube is a great one, Twitter, Facebook, and then these other ones too. If you're, you can do Instagram and Snapchat and things like that. That's also important. Twitch, streaming things, etc. So that's how to do it. If you want more info on other things like, how to get a shopping cart on your website, how to start a website for free, how to host a website for free, how to, have a merchant account so you can accept payments, all that type of stuff, or any other questions you have about an online business, let me know in the comments below. And I will make a video on that if people are interested in hearing about that stuff. So thanks for watching. Check out my website, naturehackerproducts.com, and I will see you next time. And I just want to say to my subscribers that, yeah, I'm going to try to step it up a little bit. I'm going to try to release a video every day with an accompanying article. So yeah, and I'm going to try to improve my appearance a little bit. I feel kind of like womanly without a beard, so I'm gonna try to regrow my beard again. So we will see. Help encourage me to do that so that I don't fail at that. But yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching. I am the Nature Hacker. Do work.